Hello, this is the first report for private communities, which is a network of blogs tailored specifically for private communications. And what does it mean? That means that your posts will not be visible publicly by default, and they will be visible either to your direct connections or if you allow it to connections of your connections. And that's it. So a few other features is, of course, we have comments, and only your direct connections can comment at the moment, right? And when you look at the posts made by your indirect connections, you cannot do anything, right? You can only read. And also, I will show in a moment that you cannot really get connection requests from anonymous users. You either need to explicitly allow it or you need to get an introduction. So here we have a chain of 4 users. So first is Canthropy, and he's connected to Joe. Joe is connected to Canthropy and Bob. Bob is connected to Joe and Carl is connected to Bob. In case of Carl, you can see the direction connection is Bob, and an indirect connection is Joe, right? Because Joe is connected to Bob and Carl is connected to Bob. So if we want to make a post, right, first of all, we can look if Carl has written anything. Well, he has written just one post, right, and let's have a look on direct feed. So direct feed should only contain messages from Bob, and this is what we see there. We can also go and leave a message, right? We can say nice post, Bob, post, right? And this is it. If we go to Explore feed, the Explore feed will show messages from your indirect connections, which is Joe in this example, right? And you can see that here is a message from Joe, and there is no way to leave a comment, and we can even go to the post itself, so there is no way to do it. And this is on purpose because if we allow comments to show and make comments on this level, that means that you will see users from connections of your connections, and we want to limit this at this point. So we have left a comment for Bob. So Bob can go and have a look on his own blog. Right. Let's see. Here's it, and this is a comment from Carl. We can say thanks, Tom, and as you can see, Markdown is supported. So here we go, and these are our threaded comments. Then let's make a post. So as you can see, so Bob can write nice posts for my friends only, right? So this is direct connections, and we already support images, so I can just drag and drop an image and it will be there, right? And this full garden. I won't showcase all day Markdown, but basically we support it, right? So we post it. Here is the image, and we can have it. And if we go to Joe and we look at the direct feed, we can see that the post is there, right? But if we go to Canthropy and we look at the Explore feed, we'll see that, well, there is no post from Bob at this moment. Let's have a look what we can do, right? So imagine that I'm a friend of Bob, right? But we have no direct connections. But we have a connection with Joe, both of us. So I can ask for introduction, and with this ugly dialogue, I can say, is that Bob? Now that I am that guy from cafe. Want to connect, right? So we have asked for introduction, and now if I'm Joe, I can go, and you can see there is a mediation request. So we can see that user Canterpie asked Joe to connect to introduce Canterpie to Bob, and let's say we're all right with this. So we can say sign. That's the guy from the cafe. Okay, I'm done. So nothing to do for Joe at this point. And now if we go to Bob, when you see now there is a connection request, and we can either accept or reject it. And now, for the sake of testing, we can say that yes, we accept. Yeah, this is just a message for internal purposes. So now, if we go to Canterpie and reload, and we can see that Bob is already there, right? And now, if we go to direct feed, we can see the post from Bob, and we can comment and do all this up. So now let's disconnect from Bob, and you can see the posts have disappeared. And now maybe I want to connect with Carl. You see, there is no intermediate connection between Canterpie and Carl. The chain is more than one, so there are more connections needed, and you cannot really do anything about it as Canterpie, right? Canterpie at this moment. You cannot flag or you cannot harass Carl in any way, but you can go offline and I don't know, send a message to Carl and beg him to allow you to connect to him. So now, if we're Carl, we go there, we reload, and here is the block whitelist connection requests. So you just say Carl, oh sorry, Canterpie, add. Here you go. So what that means is that as Carl, as user Carl, you allow Canterpie to send you a connection request. So this is kind of strange, but this is kind of inverse logic from networks like LinkedIn, where you send a network request which user can decline. So in this case, you really need for your connections to get proactive and allow you to connect. So now, if we go back to Canterpie and I reload the page, you can see that, there is a message that Carl has allowed you to connect to him. And now if we press connect, we get this connection and we have a post, and now we have this connection to Carl. So this is it basically, and I would say this is the crux of what we have discussed. Thanks for watching the demo.